They say that serial killers can be spotted early on as being children who enjoy inflicting pain on smaller innocent animals. Many times this hunger for torture and craving to see an animal suffering can grow larger and larger until small animals no longer meet their needs. In today's video, we'll be talking about a website that's been seen by many eyewitnesses and shut down on several occasions due to extreme animal cruelty. Viewer discretion is advised, and I warn you to move forward into today's video at your own risk. What exactly makes a person commit these evil and heinous acts? Is it the devil's work, or is it a piece of the human conscience that some of us are just not born with? Let's take a look today as we go over another true story from the deep, dark web. Animal's Nightmare. Most of us enjoy watching cute puppy and kitten videos while scrolling through the feed of our Facebook accounts. Being an animal lover myself, this was a story that was a bit difficult for me to write and research. If you have a weak stomach or easily are disturbed by animal cruelty, this is definitely not the video for you. While many dark web encounters can be chalked up to myth, there are a few that have been encountered by multiple people, including the FBI, and have been proven to exist, just like this one. A sick, disgusting, perverted website called Animal's Nightmare. On this page, viewers would come to find pleasure in seeing innocent animals being tortured and oftentimes mutilated. There have been a number of witnesses reporting seeing some of the most disgusting and hideous things that they've ever seen in their entire life on this website. Obviously, we cannot show you images to go along with the full story, but we can read you a few reports of what people have claimed to see while stumbling upon this website. One person wrote, "I knew something was terribly wrong with this page by some of the titles in the forum. Let's just say curiosity wasn't what killed the cat this time. I knew I would regret opening the links, but I couldn't help to see if it was a legit site or just some made up bullshit. I clicked a link that said kitty cat, kitty cat. Inside the page was a video box with a play button on it. I could feel the knots building up inside my stomach, but I hit play and took a deep breath because I wanted to see if this was real. As soon as the video began, I could see a very small kitten lying on the floor face up with all of its legs stretched out, being bound by rope and tape. The kitten looked sad, almost as if it had already been struggling with the ropes and realized it was unable to move, helpless. It meowed a few times as it slowly looked around the room, and next I saw a woman's legs walking into the video wearing red high-heel stilettos. She stood beside the kitten for a few seconds, and I could feel the tension rising, and I knew things were about to get ugly. She lifted a leg and stomped down as hard as she could, crushing one of the kitten's legs. The kitten let out a terrifying scream. It was squirming violently, trying to get out of the ropes that it was tied in, while a puddle of blood was building up where the woman had just stomped. The screams almost began to sound human at one point as this poor creature was in so much pain. I tried to exit the browser and the X button would not work. I tried to stop the video and the video would not pause. I saw the woman lift her leg again, but this time I looked away and all I heard was another stomp and an animal in the worst pain it's ever been in its life. I felt nauseous. I decided it was time to unplug the PC. As I was under the desk pulling out the power cable, I could hear repeated stomping and the poor kitten screaming violently. I unplugged the power cord. It took weeks to get the sound of that poor cat out of my head. I had nightmares about the red shoes, the stomping, and I could still see the kitten's face with its eyes full of fear and its mouth wide, screaming. How could somebody do something this sick to a poor innocent animal? Another user wrote, "I've never really been one to explore the dark web much. I would typically go on there to order some pot and that would be it. However, I went through a couple forums and I came across a page called Animal's Nightmare. I was looking through the forum and I saw one titled Squeal Piggy Squeal. I opened up the page and I saw a video box. There was no preview as to what the video was. There was no thumbnail, anything. It was just a black box with a play button. So I hit play. And man, I really wish that I hadn't. The video started and I could see a giant pot sitting on top of a stove. It was boiling. There was steam coming out of the pot. The camera slowly turned and I saw a couple little pigs on the floor. They had to have been 2 to 3 months old, very, very tiny. Just 3 of them inside of a little playpen walking around. Next, I saw a pole come into the picture, one of those poles that dog catchers use when they're catching stray dogs and they don't want to be bitten. They slipped the noose around the pig's neck and they picked it up. The pig immediately began squealing as they picked it up with this pole, and I saw the camera turn back towards the pot. And I cringed at the thought of what was going to happen next. I didn't even want to look at the screen, but I had a feeling that they were going to put this pig in the boiling water. And sure enough, I was right. They submerged half of the pig's body into the pot, leaving the upper half out. I've never seen an animal in so much pain before in my life. As it was squealing, it looked like its eyes were about to come out of its skull, and I could see the agony and pain in its face. I got out of the sight as quickly as I could. What would make someone want to do something like this? I can promise you one thing. I won't be going back on the dark web anytime soon. Unfortunately, no matter how disturbing and disgusting this website is, it has continued to pop up on the dark web over the past several years. Many people say that it still exists and it can be found under different names. They just keep changing the locations, as every time they're found, it is shut down. One thing we know for sure is that there still are people out there in this world who find extreme pleasure in another's pain. Kinda like my ex-girlfriend. Not the right time, not the right video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smack that like button down below, subscribe, stay tuned, and let us know. Drop a comment. Tell me if you like this dark web stuff, if you like the scary stuff, and we will continue trying to make this content for you. Thank you for watching once again, and anybody thinking about giving their animal up for adoption, make sure that you screen the people who you're giving your pet to. I will catch you guys next time.